Hello everybody and welcome to That's Football. We're live. Live. It's Spurs against Liverpool. We've got a Champions League game, which is obviously a very nice thing to be able to say on this uncertain time of football at the moment. I don't actually know the final score between Chelsea and Wolves. I daren't look at it. I actually did want Chelsea to win today, I've got to be honest. I know Man City have beaten Newcastle quite comfortably, but I've got a bad feeling that it's not gone well for Chelsea. Another 0-0 draw for them, which, you know what though? I think that was that not an inevitable scoreline for Chelsea anyway. Liverpool team, by the way: Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Matip, Konate, Robertson, Morton, Milner, Keita, Salah, Jota, Mane. Henderson doesn't make it. There was a doubt about him. They're a little bit short in the midfield with. They could have played Oxlade-Chamberlain, but they've got obviously they've got no Fabinho. I don't think Klopp looks completely stressed about it. I think he's quite relaxed about it, to be honest. So it is what it is, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But I think first of all we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's get you the Spurs team first as well. Welcome everybody. Remember, we're on the road to 600k, so please do subscribe, bottom right hand corner. And again, we are sponsored by Manscaped, so big shout out to I've just turned it on. Manscaped, trim the grass too much to make the yard look bigger. We will be talking about them in a moment, but the big story of the day is that there is no forward for Chelsea, and they have not got a result against Wolves, which Wolves are not a bad side anyway. But let me just give you the Tottenham lineup. We understand Dele Alli is starting, and he is. So Lloris, Sanchez, Dyer, Davies, Ndombele, Winks, Sessegnon, and then Ali, Son and Kane. Their bench, they have got players on. Lucas Moura's on the bench, Bergwijn's on the bench, Lo Celso, Rodon, Tanganga, Reguilon, Doherty. I don't really think Spurs are in. You could say that Spurs are in a COVID crisis. They've been in a bit of a COVID crisis before, haven't they? So, he's gone with a team that he thinks can get a result. But it's interesting how that has played out for Liverpool. Klopp's been very almost adamant that games should be going ahead, and yet he's got no Henderson, no Fabinho, no Curtis Jones, and no Van Dijk, and yet there we go. So that Spurs side does not look very depleted to me, and there you go. I'm excited about this game. I think that Spurs probably won't have as good an opportunity of beating Liverpool, to be honest with you. I think they have got a really big opportunity to do it. Whether they take that opportunity or not is up to them. It's the new era with Conte. If they were to win this, the big winner today would be Man City, who would be 4 points clear at the top if Liverpool were to lose. Obviously, if Liverpool win, they go 1 point behind Man City. Chelsea starting to fall away, 6 points off the top now, having held the top themselves. Their recent form has been, let's be honest, Chelsea's recent form has been pretty poor. 2 draws and a loss in their last 5, only 2 wins. Wolves are 8th. Wolves are, they're in the mix of Wolves just about for a bit of a top 6 sort of tilt. So I don't know, Chelsea. I think even if Chelsea had all their players, of course they'd have a better chance of winning. But I still think that they would have that Wolves Chelsea at the Molineux sort of has a bit of a draw written all over it, I think. So, but yeah, Chelsea will obviously be very disappointed. I think they'll start saying we shouldn't have had to play the game. I think people need to understand the rules. I was reading the rules again the other day. If you've got 14 outfield players, you play the game. And that's in the Premier League rules. So I had a Chelsea fan saying to me today, why have we got to play and you didn't? I want Manchester United to play. I would have been happy for United to play against Brighton yesterday if we'd had a selection of 14 first-team players. I would have wanted to play. I always want Manchester United to play. So that's one. And then the second thing is, we didn't have 14 players to play. We had 7. Look at the Chelsea team that played today. I feel sorry for them. I do feel sorry for them, and I think it's absolutely essential that this is replicated by everybody. That they have to play with 14 players, because I understand that there will be frustration from Chelsea. But look at Chelsea's lineup today: Mendy, Azpilicueta, Thiago Silva, Rudiger, James, Kante, Chalobah, Alonso, Mount, Ziyech, Pulisic. 11 players. But then look at their bench. Kepa, Kovacic, Solniguez, Barkley. Well, that's 15 plus Bettinelli and Sarr. So they've got 17 players there. It's not, obviously they've got a lot of players not there, but they have got a lot of players who could play the game. And by the rules of the league, I think the game was right to go ahead. What I would say is, because I do want Chelsea to win the league, because I don't think United will win it, and I don't want Man City or Liverpool to win it. But what I would say in defence of Chelsea is that there are other clubs that obviously haven't had to play this weekend, but you would hope, and I would almost confirm, that they're in the same situation as well. Doesn't matter whether there's 3 goalkeepers, Samuel. The rule is 14 players. They had 17. Doesn't matter whether 3 are goalkeepers. You know, you've got the players to play the game. Simple as that. And I very much hope that United are in this situation next week, because I think it has to be fair. But we'll have to wait and see what happens, won't we? We will have to wait and see what happens. And also, I've got to be honest, I do feel that a little bit that Wolves-Chelsea would have been a draw anyway. I think it had draw written all over it, as I've said before. So Chelsea just going through a difficult time at the moment. I think they'd be going through a difficult time whether they had their full players fit or what. You know, they've dropped a lot of points. Burnley at home, United at home. I think that was a bit of an opportunity as well. Obviously, Everton at home. You know, they've been dropping a lot of points for a while now, and I think that Chelsea probably just starting to drift in relation to Premier League title contenders. But it's not over yet. It's not over yet by a very long way. Anyway, what are we thinking about this game? Big opportunity for Conte. Virtually a fully fit Spurs side. I can't think of a Spurs player that's really out that's a massive loss for them. Højbjerg, I don't know whether is Højbjerg playing. I don't know whether I saw Højbjerg playing actually. I think Højbjerg might not be playing this game today, but let me just confirm that. I don't think Højbjerg is playing. No, it's Ndombele and Winks in the midfield, so no Højbjerg. But apart from that, they're pretty much as the strongest Spurs side. Remember, Spurs did want to play on Thursday in the game that got cancelled with Leicester. They actually wanted to play their game against Rennes, so there we go. Anyway, it's holiday season, and that means there are stockings to be stuffed. Well, today's sponsor, Manscaped, has gone global with the tools to guarantee you will score under the tree and the mistletoe. Just over 4 million men worldwide trust Manscaped with their family jewels, and with this exclusive offer, you can get 20% off and free worldwide shipping when you click the link in the video description. So what's so great about Lawnmower 4.0? Well, it's got a new multifunction on and off switch, and plus a travel lock created for people who like to travel, the ability to turn the LED spotlight on and off when needed for a precise shave. I always do it a bit too close to my face. One day I'm going to trim my sides. The new trimmer allows you to customise your length as well. Not that length, but the length of what you want to cut. And it's sleek with a two-toned matte finish, and even featuring a hot foil stamped black chrome Manscaped logo. Very fancy. And of course, its wireless charging system uses an electromagnetic induction, which can help battery life last longer. Very, very fancy. Alongside the new 4.0, you can get the performance package, and inside that you'll get the obviously the Lawnmower 4.0, but you'll also get the Weed Whacker, Crop Preserver, Crop Reviver, very comfy boxer shorts, and a travel bag, all of which I have. Very good if you are travelling. Because Manscaped care about everyone that watches That's Football, they are giving you that huge 20% off plus free shipping when you click the link in the description. Fantastic little Christmas presents you can get for the other half if you want to, or for yourself. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. So what you're waiting for, head over to the link in the video description and show a bit of balls with your Manscaped. And look, people are saying, oh, that's a bit bawdy. Well, you know, we live in that world now where people do it. So, yeah, get on with it. That's what I say. I need to do this actually because I'm going out. I'm out later. But yeah, there we go. What's Dele Alli done to his hair, says iMac. And Liverpool's midfield isn't great, says Blaze. I don't think... You know what, though? In fairness to Klopp, he's been very consistent about this COVID thing. I think he wants to keep the games going. You know, he's got 99% of his squad vaccinated. Obviously, some of them have got COVID, and it's like, well, some of them have got COVID, but the rest of them haven't. Let's play ball. And I think you know, I don't think Klopp's moaning about not having a midfield, and he doesn't really have a midfield today. For those tuning in a little bit late, let's have a look at that Liverpool midfield. I mean, Spurs are very strong. Lloris, Sanchez, Dyer, Davies, Ndombele, Winks, Junior, Ndombele, Winks, Sessegnon, Ali, Son, Kane, a bench of Doherty, Reguilon, Rodon, Lo Celso, Bergwijn, Tanganga, Lucas Moura, Skip and Austin. So they've got a very strong bench. Liverpool, Alisson, Trent, Matip, Konate and Robertson. Obviously no Van Dijk, he's got COVID. No Fabinho or Henderson. So they're playing Morton, Keita and Milner. And then Salah, Jota and Mane. On their bench, they could have played Oxlade-Chamberlain in the midfield. Firmino, Gomez, Minamino, Tomiskas, Gordon, Kelleher, Williams and Kwanzaa. So there's a few unknowns there for Liverpool, but ultimately I do think that I still think Liverpool will win this game. I'm going to say Liverpool will win it. I think we'll get a few goals, but I think Liverpool will win. I'm going to go 3-2. Who you want to win? Liverpool, rivals, Spurs, Racing, top four, says Reese. Yeah, I mean, I don't really look behind. DBX says I can see Spurs getting a draw, sadly. I think Liverpool will win. What's the best result for United? Probably a draw. Keeps you focused on both ends then, doesn't it? But it's a bit like when you've had a dodgy curry, isn't it? I think a draw is probably the best result for United, but I think Liverpool will win this. I think you've got Mane and Salah in your team. Their back four is not bad as well. I can still see Liverpool winning this. Yeah, Tottenham is not that informed from playing games, says Jonas. Liverpool win easily. We are not under 5 players. Sorry, you need to type better. You were nearly in there, Jonas. You were very nearly into being read out, but you wrote absolute shit, and I can't make head and tail of it. So we move on. Where do you think we can finish, Villa fans? Says Will. I've not even looked at the league table at the moment. I mean, Villa didn't play at the weekend, did they? So 22 points from 17 games. I think Villa have got to be looking to try and get in the top 8. I mean, that I wouldn't say it's nailed on that they've got to do it, but I think top 8 would be good for them. Are Chelsea out of the title race, says Kluduk? It's a shame. It's a real shame with Chelsea, but I don't think it's got anything to do with today. I think, I wanted Chelsea to win today because I actually would rather Chelsea win the league than Liverpool or Man City. So, it's a bit disappointing what's happened with Chelsea. But I don't think you can look at today and say that's where you lost being in a title race. Drawing at home to Burnley, Everton and United is where you've dropped the points. I mean, maybe you draw one of those, but you should have another 4 points. So, and that would put you 2 points off Man City. Drawing away to Wolves is not a bad result. If you want to win a league, of course you want to win a league. But the way Wolves are playing at the moment, the form Chelsea are in, a draw against Wolves away is not a terrible result. But their real problem has been dropping points at home to Burnley and Everton. That's 4 points dropped. And look, to be fair, even as a United fan, you should have beat us at Stamford Bridge as well. So you've dropped 6 points there. There was no COVID crisis then. So I understand Chelsea fans being frustrated, but I think if they're frustrated because they feel they've been robbed today, Wolves away was never a guaranteed 3 points. I think the 3 draws at home have been the problem. And I do agree with Kartik. Chelsea can get back into the race. Of course they can. I mean, I don't know what Chelsea's next few games are. Let's have a quick look. Presuming they play them, of course, but they've got Boxing Day away. Sorry, I don't think they'll be playing against Brentford on Wednesday in the Carabao Cup. I think that will definitely get put back. So Villa away on Boxing Day, difficult game. Then they've got Brighton at home. Brighton are not in great form, and then they've got Liverpool, and then they've got Man City. So, and then they've got Spurs. So I think they're not out of anything yet, Chelsea, but they've got very big games to come without a shadow of a doubt. Yeah. And that could be an opportunity for Chelsea to get back in a race. It could also be an opportunity for Chelsea to drop out of a race, and for maybe United's and Arsenal's and Spurs to go, let's pull Chelsea into the race for top 4. What are your thoughts about chicken? It's frustrating when it does that. We're back now. I don't know why it does this. I suppose it's just internet, isn't it? It happens very rarely, but every now and again it does happen. So apologies for that. We did just drop out. Refresh. That's what you need to do. It drops out sometimes. I don't know why. Very frustrating. It's happened twice in the last couple of days. Just refresh. Thank you. There you go. So what were we talking about? Yeah, Liverpool. I expect Liverpool to win today. But look, I tell you what. I don't actually feel guilty about what I'm going to say here. That is beautiful. Looking at this Spurs ground, which is very new, seeing fans in the ground in a football match, to me, Merry Christmas. And if anybody has a problem with that, I'll listen to the health secretary was on the news today. The British health secretary was on the news today. And in so many words, you know what he said? Please get the vaccine. It's people without the vaccine that are sending us back into lockdown because 90% of the hospitals are full with people like that. I couldn't believe it. The health secretary had said that, because most of the time I spend online, it's like, you can't say that. You can't say that. You'll upset people. And it's like the health secretary was saying it. So I feel no guilt in saying I know everybody in that Spurs ground has either had the vaccine or has had a clear test. So yeah, this is what should be happening if we could get society going the way it needs to be. Maybe this will be our last Premier League game. I really hope not. I hope that we're going to get loads more games. I really do. But yeah, it's fantastic to see. Fantastic to see. And I hope we can keep seeing it as well. And fair, you know what? Got no love for Liverpool, but fair play for Liverpool. They've not complained. They've gone on with the game. Klopp looks ready to play it. Their midfield is decimated. But yeah, let's get it on. Mark's not easily controlled. Mark does his own research and listens to things. He doesn't let people put a jab in his arm off on a whim. So you know, keep going on with these stupid conspiracy theories. At the end of the day, I can't believe that the worst one is, like, if you don't want to get vaccinated, it's up to you. And I've said this on the United Stand. I couldn't give two shits whether you do it or not. I'm just not going into lockdown. Simple as that. Because I shouldn't have to go into lockdown. Who am I going into lockdown to protect? I might catch it at some point. I might die of it. You know, if that happens, that happens. It's luck of the draw, isn't it? But I'm not going into lockdown. Why am I going into lockdown? To protect people who can't be bothered to get it done or don't want to get it done. I'm not going to do that. But you know what makes me laugh the most is that, whenever you mention Aguero, oh, it's the vaccine, and it's like in 2004. He's had a problem since 2004. He's got a scar on his heart from an issue he's had for years. That's why he's had the problem. Oh, no, it's not. It's not. It's definitely the vaccine. No, it's not. It's from something he had since 2004. And that's what I can't be dealing with, is that these people who just do not want to accept that the problem is what the problem is. And I'm not going into a lockdown. I don't think anybody I don't think we should be going into a lockdown. Score prediction. I'm going to go Manchester United to win this one. No, they're not going to win this either one because it's not Manchester United. I'm going to go Liverpool to win. Hopefully we get a good game. I tell you what, I'm getting a little bit pissed off with, on a serious note. I'm getting a bit pissed off with the way Man City are just turning up at games and going bang, 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 bang. I hope Liverpool don't just turn up and blow Spurs away. There is a risk that could happen. I really hope Spurs give them a game. But I still think Liverpool will win 3-0. 3-0. Actually, one thing I do not know, and I'll always put my hands up when I don't have the information or I haven't researched it, what is happening in the games at the moment. So if you're at that Spurs game today, or you've gone to the Molineux today, or you've been at St James's Park or whatever they call it in Newcastle, what is the lineup today? How does it work? Do you have to show them off your phone that you've been vaccinated, or do you actually have to show them your that you have had a negative test? I don't know how it works at games, to be honest with you. I can't believe Benitez hasn't been sacked yet, Arky. I really don't. I can't believe it. I can't believe he's not been sacked yet. It's crazy, but I don't know whether we've got any Everton fans in, but yeah, I don't believe it. Get your score predictions. Yeah, you just go on your phone, says low fat, and use your NHS app. I had heard that you could. Food says I just showed them that I had the shot. Somebody said yesterday you don't even have to show that you're vaccinated. You can just show them a negative test, and I was like, that can't be right. But I don't know, so I don't want to give information out that I don't know about. But surely you can't just turn up and go, I've had a negative test. I've done that before, and I didn't take the test. So not at matches, like it was for something else. I'd run out of tests, and they said you need a negative test. So I showed them a test that I'd done a couple of days ago. But anyone could do that. I was at the Liverpool Aston Villa game. We weren't required to show anything, says John. Liverpool Aston Villa. That was before Saturday though, wasn't it? I think it's only come in this weekend. Hello from Korea, Mark. What are your thoughts on Son as a player, and would you take him at United? Yes and yes. Well, I think he's very good, and yes. I would love to see him play at a team. Well, let's see how he does under Conte. I think he's been... pretty much since Pochettino left, Son's not been as good as he could be. I mean, he's still been very good, but he's been playing in a defensive side. You'd love to see a Son in a team where... you'd love to see Son in a Liverpool team, Imagine Son for Liverpool playing in Mane or Salah's position. I'm not saying he's better, but in that type of a system, he'd score more goals. I think the problem with Son is that he plays in a team that's, a little bit defensive. But I do like him. I do like Son. Do you think it's getting a bit boring the way Man City roll every team over, says Sam? Yeah, I think I've said this before. I'm a little bit disappointed with the way it's going. I thought that Chelsea... I'm disappointed with Chelsea dropping those points against Burnley and Everton. That was 4 points dropped. And it's happened at a time where Man City have started doing what Man City do. They've got into this gear of... They did it last year as well. They've done it a month early this time. But it was roughly this time last year. They seemed to start the season and be a little bit off. Then they hit Christmas and it's like bang, 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 bang. And I think they could run away with it again. Tested positive yesterday. I'm fuming, says Jack Oliver. I haven't been anywhere near really to get it, but loving Goldbridge content to get me through these times. Keep it up, Jack. I'm gutted for you, Jack. But, unfortunately, there is going to be a lot of people who test positive. I just hope that you don't get any symptoms and stuff. But it's a pisser, isn't it? That's 10 days, really, where you've got to stay in and not interact with people. So it's a crap time of year. I was saying this before, like, why has it happened again just before Christmas? Like, why is it now? Why could it not happen in October or February? But it's always just before Christmas, isn't it? There's obviously a reason for it. It's that perfect storm, isn't it? Where can Tottenham finish next season with Conte? Can we challenge for the league title or be top 4 contenders, says Hey. Well, I can't answer that question. Zane Miasi's in the house. Hello, Zane. You'll be very happy, hoping that the Spurs lose, I presume. Maybe a draw. I don't know. Let us know what you think, Zane. But it's very difficult to predict what Spurs' future is going to be, because Conte's time at Spurs has been so short. You don't know what his long-term plan is with the team. Does he want to sell players, bring players in? I'm very much looking forward to this game today because it's the first time I've watched Conte's team play. So I'm interested to see what Spurs are like. I've seen Spurs this season, but the last time I watched them play 90 minutes was very enjoyable. It was Nuno's team against United, and we stuffed them. And then I've not watched Spurs play with Conte, and what a test! I think Liverpool have played really, really well recently. So I'm interested to see how this game's going to pan out. Packed out stadium at Spurs as well. I mean, it might not be packed out. They've got black seats, haven't they? So it's hard to tell whether, and they've just turned the lights off. But it looks like there's a lot of people there. And why wouldn't you be there? I mean, why wouldn't you be there? You're vaccinated. All right, you're surrounded by a load of people. You can still get the virus when you're vaccinated, but this is what people want. Like, you'll get someone in the chat going, wow, you can still get it when you're vaccinated. Yes, you can, but this is an example of living with the virus. I think there was this idealistic approach, and to be fair, there was this idealistic approach that the vaccine would just kill the virus off, and that's clearly never going to happen. So we're not going to get to this point where we lock down and it disappears and everything like that. We've had vaccines and it's still here. So we need to find a way of living with this virus. And I think this is an example of what we wanted, really, which is, yes, the vaccine, yes, the virus is still going to be there, but we're going to get on with our lives. And I hope we're going to see more and more of this because it's fantastic. A week out from Christmas, Liverpool against Spurs, at Spurs, a packed out stadium. Last year we didn't have this. I really hope they're not going to shut it down again and say no fans in the ground because, you've got to get on and live your lives. There will be another strain. Probably this time next year, we'll probably get another strain and it'll be called, I don't know, what's after O? MNOPQRST. titanium or something like that. They'll call it, won't they? And it'll go, I am titanium. There'll be another one. So we've got to find a way. What's for dinner? I've had my dinner. I had like a salmon en croûte with some lovely potatoes and Brussels. It was really nice, actually. So I'll have a little bit of snack before the 8 o'clock show. Anyway, the players are coming out onto the pitch. And you know what I always think about these variants, just very quickly, though? We had Delta, and now we're on Omicron. I thought they were doing it alphabetically. So where's all the letters in between? Where's Foxtrot, Delta, Echo, and, you know, Papa and all that, which is actually after. No, that's after. That'll be next. Chelsea are finished club in my book, says Jack White. Nah, I just think they're going through a bad time at the moment. They're drawing too many games, not scoring enough goals. Simple as that. It's as simple as that. I'm in the mood for a dance. So I'm going to go Liverpool to win. I'm going to stick my neck out and say 3-2. What are you going to say in the chat? What do you think this scoreline is going to be? Can Spurs produce something? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Let me know in the chat and we'll read them out. But Liverpool are vulnerable in that midfield. Not going to lie. They are vulnerable in that midfield. They don't have Fabinho. They don't have Henderson. And that is a bit of a problem for them. So there you go. Don't worry about what's that in my chair. It's actually, it's not me showing off. It's a clip. It's a cropped bit of my million subscribers YouTube button. But the reason I use it is because I'm wearing a jumper that if you remove it, that disappears and goes see-through. So I just have to put something behind it that's gold. Therefore, you see that. See how it works? There we go. Big shout out to Manscaped, by the way. The link's in the video description. Trim your balls to make your grass look bigger. 20% off through the link in the video description. You can get free worldwide shipping as well. The link works as the link works. And you can get the Lawnmower 4.0. Light it up. Trim the bush to make the grass look bigger. And you can also get the Weed Whacker and lots of other things. Fantastic products. Really good Christmas gifts for yourself. Or get someone to get them for you. And they can get 20% off as well. There's still time. Links in the video description. But you want to be getting them soon because Christmas is coming in a week. So thank you everyone for that. I haven't got my timer set up again. I'm such a twat. Let me get my timer set up. But thank you very much to Manscaped. Always like doing Manscaped integrations. Mainly because they send me the product, which I really do like. Right, let me get this timer on the road. There we are. There was a little bit of a rumour early on that Salah wasn't playing, but I think it was a troll online because he clearly is very much playing in this game. So Spurs lost to a team called Mura under Conte, says Deep One. How many games have Spurs played recently? That was something that just caught my eye a minute ago. So Tottenham, I know they've had a lot of games sort of called off, but they haven't played since the 5th of December when they played Norwich. So 2 weeks they've not played. 2 weeks without a game. So we're about to start the match here. Let me just we're waiting for the ref first. He's having a word with Harry Kane. I'm Harry Kane. I'm here to destroy Liverpool and win 3 points for Conte and Spurs. Right. Let's see what Harry Kane does. As I said, I haven't watched a lot of Spurs this season, and I certainly haven't seen them under Conte. But we're up and running, a Premier League game, a packed-out stadium, 2 big teams playing each other. There was a time on Friday where I was a little bit worried we'd even get this game, so I'm very happy. Bram says, if Levy gets Conte a blank cheque and Spurs can retain their best players, there's no reason why Spurs couldn't challenge for a title next season. Interesting. COVID's based on the Greek alphabet mark, so I imagine the next strain will be Sigma, as it's the only letter after the people. After that, people would understand, says Nick P. There you go, bit of education there. I'm on Keita watch today. Hope he has a good game, says DBX. It's funny, we were talking about Keita yesterday and whether he's a flop or not. I thought he'd do better, But he played very well against United when they beat us 5-0. So, yeah, be an interesting game. But I imagine Liverpool will still dominate possession. And that's the thing I want to watch with Spurs today. Liverpool are vulnerable, especially in the midfield. Are Liverpool going to dominate possession? My little hint to you is it won't actually matter. Oh, he should have scored. It should be 1-0. Robbo. They call him Robbo. Nobbo. He's Mr. Right Sitter. A lovely start by Liverpool. Trent Alexander gets it. He dinks a lovely little cross in, and Robbo on his head heads it wide. He's probably got time to take it down on his foot. What a miss. Timo Robbo. Should have been 1-0 to Liverpool already. And but what I was about to say there is that, and I've said it a few times, is people will start talking about players being out, but when you're playing against Man City and Liverpool, they're so well coached that when a player comes in, you sometimes don't notice it because their system is still the same. And I mean, they've had 2 good opportunities here in the first 2 minutes. So, yeah, watch out for that. Because people will go, oh, Liverpool have got players out, but their system is so good and everybody knows the system. It doesn't always make a big difference. Is Die Hard a Christmas film? Yes. I've said it so many times, bro. I'm fed up of saying it. Driving home for Christmas. So good start from Liverpool. Spurs need to get a foot in here. Remember, they're not managed by idiots anymore. They are managed by Conte. Who do I want to win? I'm more just looking forward to watching a game of football. I wouldn't say I've got a preferential winner tonight because it's hard. I mean, look, Man United just aren't playing games of football at the moment, so it's difficult. But I would probably say I want a draw. Yeah, probably a draw is best for United, isn't it? Thoughts on Dele Alli? Oh, nice ball in here. No thoughts on Dele Alli because has he got a? He's won a corner. Sessegnon in on the left. That's always a bit of a weak spot for Trent, and again he gets caught out by a raking ball over behind him. That's the weak spot of Trent. The ball in behind Trent. He does well enough to just about get back in place, but brilliant player going forward, Trent. But defensively, we've seen it time and time again. He's a bit weak, but he recovered quite well there. It's a corner for Spurs. Thoughts on England facing Germany and Italy in the Nations League, and do you think if Southgate reaches semi-final of World Cup he would get a knighthood, says Vabaf. He'll probably get a bloody knighthood anyway. Let's be honest, he probably gets a knighthood anyway. I've got no interest in the Nations League, by the way. You know, I've got no interest in that. Cross comes in. Ooh, punched away by Alisson. Spurs will be looking to try and get a bit of a foothold in this game. Big test for them today. Oh, that's crap. That's really crap from Sessegnon. On the edge of his own penalty box and ends up going back all the way to Lloris. That's cowardly. Come on. You know, keep the ball, mate. Keep the ball. Is there a lot of empty seats, Barnaby? I don't know. I've not really seen about that yet. I'm driving home for Christmas. Oh, I hate to see those faces. Driving home for Christmas. Yeah. Yeah, I'm moving down that line. We're 10 subscribers away from 599,000 on the road to 600k. Salah could be on the road to a goal, but Lloris is quick off his line and boots it out for a throw-in. Beautiful! It goes for a throw-in. I only testing positive for getting pissed this Christmas, says Alex G. Take care, mates. Christmas is the best holiday chicken nugget, but I do feel that these bloody waves The only wave I like is that one. These bloody COVID waves are fucking annoying. We're humming and hawing it. We're humming and hawing in the UK about whether we're going to do lockdown, but I personally wouldn't. Like, you know, you go into town at the moment and a lot of the pubs are quite quiet anyway. So let the people stay at home who want to stay at home, and let the people go out who want to go out. And if you test positive, you've got to isolate anyway. Do you know anything about this? Tyler Morgan playing for Liverpool. It's huge responsibility playing the 6. By the way, Trent is class. I know nothing, Amit, about Tyler Morgan. So if anyone wants to tell us anything about him, I don't know anything. I mean, I'm not a Liverpool fan, so I shouldn't know anything about him anyway. I don't know how old he is. I don't know. So if anyone wants to let us know, let us know. I mean, I'm just watching him as a player to see what he's all about, and I'm watching him with fresh eyes, but I'm blind as to what he's all about. Morton. Tyler Morton, not Morgan. His name is Morton. Yeah, we've established that. For a start, it's Morton. Yeah, there's a lot of pedantic twats in the chat, isn't there? It's Morton, not Morgan. I'll call. You know what? I'm going to call him Morgan all the way through now. You never learn with Goldbridge, do you? Don't start about me getting names wrong, because I'll just keep doing it. In Ireland, all pubs must close at 8 p.m, says Matthew Larney. Well, he's on the ball now, Morgan. Nice little back pass, but he reminds me a little bit of somebody already, and I'm trying to think. McTominay. He's got that sort of McTominay movement, you know, the little hops. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Let's do a little bit of research on Tyler Morgan. He is 19 years old. He was 19 years old. And he is from Liverpool in the Wirral. And he's 19 years old. So there you go. That's all you need to know, basically. He's 19 years old. I'm knackered. I was out late last night, and then Seb's had a bit of a cough, which isn't COVID. We've tested him, which I don't really like testing kids, but you know, it's oh, Kane's nearly in, and he kept waking me up because he wanted a glass of water, so tired. Dylan, thanks for the super chat. Let's get rid of you. And lad from Academy 19 CDM, very promising, says Josh Thompson, who is a Liverpool fan. Why do you think Cavani is so desperate to go to Barca with Ranić ball so suited to his style of play? Barca is in the mud and crap, says Balu. Answers on a postcard for that. I've got no idea why Cavani wants to leave Manchester United. It seems a little bit weird to me, but there you go. Nice little ball into Son. He's got time. Oh, good tackle, but he's still got it, and Liverpool come away. I tell you what, first 2 minutes, Liverpool looked really on the front foot. Ever since then, Spurs have come into it, and we're getting a bit of a game going on now, which is exactly what we want. We want to see a game, but Robertson running into traffic there, and Milner keeps it back. Zed Jamie says, what's your thoughts on the Chelsea game going ahead? Look, first things first, Salah's just had a cross cleared. Milner, good defending by Sessegnon. Matip. Oh, they've still got it with Trent, who can put a good cross in. He's got a second chance to do it as well. Finds Robertson on the back post. Another good cross, headed away. Under the cosh a little bit here, Spurs. Trent Alexander-Arnold. Good shot, good save by Lloris from distance. You see, that's the brilliance of Trent Alexander-Arnold on the attack. Good shot, good save. What's my thoughts on Chelsea playing today? First of all, just want to qualify it by saying, if it's Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, I want Chelsea to win the league, because Liverpool are United's biggest rivals and I don't like City. So I'd want Chelsea to win the league anyway. So it's not that I want Chelsea to be dropping points. But I 100%... I don't know anyone. Let's read some of your comments. I 100% agree with the Premier League playing that game today. Look at that Chelsea team. it's got 17 players, including the bench. And okay, 3 of them are a bit dodgy, but they've still got 14 first-team players available. And that's the rule. Where I think Chelsea can feel a little bit hard done by is that they've just got enough to play the game, and a load of other teams haven't had enough to play the game. And what the Premier League, I think, desperately have to do now to be fair and integral is that next week United will have about 14 players for the Newcastle game, maybe more. So we've got to play. We can't now say let's stop the league until everybody gets everybody back, because that would be very unfair on Chelsea. I think that the league needs to continue now, because teams need to play when they've got 14 players available. To make Chelsea play today is surely a good sign that the Premier League is going to continue. Because what a kick in the teeth it would be for Chelsea if tomorrow the Premier League went, yeah, we're suspending it till mid-January. Like, by making Chelsea play today, I think you set a precedent that we're going to make people play games. So that's what I think about it. The rule's always been there, Alex. If you've got 14 outfield players, you play the game. So, and in fact, I don't think it's 14 outfield players. I think it's 14 and a goalkeeper. Is Spurs on the attack down the right-hand side. Good cross. Kane! Oh, he did. Oh, what a chance. Cross comes in across the 6-yard box. He still gets the shot off, but he should have hit it quicker. What do you think of James McAtee? Says Hassan. Good player, isn't he, at City? I was trying to think who he played for then. I knew the name. Yeah, he just looks like another bloody Bernardo Silva, David Silva, sort of hybrid, really. I don't know where City... Well, I do know where they get them from. They coach them that way, don't they? But yeah, I mean, he looks good. He does look good. Oh, Liverpool got to be a bit careful here. Spurs have played a lot better. Good tackle by Winks. Now it's Ndembele. Slips in Kane, he'll get halfway this time. It is 1-0 to Spurs. It's Harry Kane. I'm Harry Boone. I can't do the voice. It's a fantastic goal for Kane. It's a lovely slide rule pass. He should have scored just before that, and he's scored now. It's Harry Kane, who's the pain in the arse for Liverpool, and the game is definitely on. Spurs take the lead. It's 1-0, and it's a fantastic goal. It all comes from Harry Winks' tackle. Slides it into Ndembele. Slide rule pass to Kane. He is onside. And it's 1-0 to Spurs. Lovely finish by Kane. They're looking for the offside. They'll be looking all day. They won't find it. It's 1-0 to Spurs. I'm Harry Boone. Why can't I do the voice? I normally can. I'm disappointed. But it's 1-0. Game on. Makes the game a lot better when the underdog scores first. I'm Harry Boone. I can't do it. I'm Harry Boone. I can do it now. I'm Harry Boone. I scored against Liverpool and Klopp. I play for Conte now and I've got all my powers back. Fuck you, Batman. It's Harry Boone. And I'm going to score more goals today to get 3 points for Liverpool. And then I'm going to go home and have a big mac and chips. Hooray for Harry Boone. It's 1-0 to Liverpool. No, it's not. It's 1-0 to Spurs. Looking back at it now, would you rather United have signed Conte as the permanent manager or keep the current situation with Ralph? Potato, tomato. I mean, really, I'm probably happy with Ranić, AJ, Flores. Mark, would you take any players from any lower level Premier League clubs at United? Well, of course, I would, Joel, I would. Of course I would. There's loads. Hypothetically, if United get a good CDM in Jan and if we reach the semi-finals of the Champions League with an easy quarter-final, do you think with the players we have, we can do a miracle? I don't think it's a miracle for Manchester United to win the Champions League. Chelsea won the Champions League last year. No one would have predicted that in January. So, I mean, Kane had just had a really good chance before that. I don't think he did it very well, but this was lovely by Kane. Lovely finish. It makes it look so easy because Alisson's a good goalkeeper and he's literally just slipped it past him. But it's game on here. It's 1-0 to Spurs. And Liverpool, psychologically, does it affect you when you're missing a few key players? I don't know. But this could be a big day for Man City because if Liverpool drop points and Chelsea drop points, Man City are looking right in the groove at the moment, and you know, I wouldn't say the title's gone by Christmas, but City again, I predicted they would win it. Looking very, very strong at the moment. Long way to go, but they do look very strong. And Spurs will be galvanised by this. And oh my God, they're in trouble. It could be 2-0 here. Harry Kane, he just needs to dink it to Son. And he's missed it. He's missed it. I think Harry Kane's probably got to take a look at himself here. He slips in Son. Should Son have done better? Southgate out says it was a big miss. I personally think Harry Kane's cross wasn't the best, but it wasn't awful. He, you know, so many times they don't get it to him. So it's a 2v1. Harry Kane's running down the right-hand side. Son's in the middle. He beats the Liverpool player to get it to Son, but it's just he's having to stretch for it. Mark, if you had to predict, what do you think Bellingham will make the move to the Premier and to which team? I mean, Joshua Bowwater, Bellingham is definitely going to come to the Premier League. There's no doubt about that. The interesting thing about Bellingham is I could see him in a City shirt, Chelsea shirt, Liverpool shirt, Man United shirt. I could see him in all four. I mean, I could see him in a Spurs shirt, but I don't think they'd get him. Oh, what a tackle that is. Davinson Sanchez on Mane, last-ditch tackle. Spurs are up for this. The Conte effect, they're up for it. Keita. Mane, now Salah, goes wide to Trent. It's a very good start to this game. Ref says play on. Dele Alli, terrible first touch. Thoughts on Conte at Spurs? The Spurs zone. Well, look, this is the first time I've watched Spurs under Conte. I have seen, as I said before the game, I have seen Spurs play a few times this season, but this is the first time I've watched you under Conte. I mean, look, the organisation is a lot better. Back five without the ball and then spring out. They're causing them lots of problems here. Oh, he's offside that time. He's offside. He's offside. Don't carry on. He's offside. Alisson saved it anyway, but he was offside. I won't worry about it, Son. You're offside. I want to see the chance for Son again. Did you watch All or Nothing when Ronaldo cried after getting knocked out of the Champions League? Can only imagine how he would be bringing a winner's mentality for the Champions League, says Virat. Mane! Lloris is out. This game's end to end. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Make sure you subscribe, by the way. We're on the road to 600k and we were only 10 away from 599. 7 away. Bottom right hand corner to subscribe. Son was offside there. Don't show me that replay. Show me the one where he wasn't offside. It's an exciting game, says Techers. It is. It is. It is an exciting game. I did predict 3-2 to Liverpool as well, so hopefully we'll get a lot of goals. Oh, no, Lloris has got that cross from Salah. I keep here in the top 3 are gone, but we win our games in hand. We're 5 points off Chelsea. Going to be interesting for that 3rd and 4th spot, says Sean Turner. Well, Kane and Son as a front two work well, don't they? Oh, Kane's gone here. I think Kane might be getting a red. He's going to get a yellow. His foot was up. Liverpool not making a big deal out of it. I don't know. I'll have to see it again. Show us it again. I mean, Robertson's down there. This goes to show. Let's watch this again. That's a red. That is a red. I don't want it to be a red, but that is a red. I'm sorry. Anyone but Kane and that's a red. It's. I don't want him off. I don't want him off, but I'm sorry, it's a red card. I don't want Harry Kane to go off because I don't want Liverpool to win. But anybody who says what I've just tweeted, anyone but Harry Kane and that's a red card, it's a red card. That is, like, it is. It's just because it's Harry Kane, he's England's captain, and they don't want to send him off. There's bias there. It's happened before. But he's pumped up, he's up for the game, he's scored a goal. we see. I mean, people. I mean, obviously, you're going to get people saying it's not a red card, but look, unfortunately, this is the problem with consistency, isn't it? We never see this bloody consistency, unfortunately. And for me, it's definitely a red. VAR didn't look at it, or they didn't want to review it, so there you go. So 1-0. Anyway, look, we move on. It's 1-0 to Spurs. They deserve to be 1-0 up, and it's been a very interesting game. This is the chance I wanted to look back. Harry Kane. You know what? I don't think Kane does it wrong. I think he puts the cross in right. It's just the bounce deceives Son. Should have been 2-0 there. Should have been 2-0. I think it should have been a red card to Harry Kane as well. But we're 1-0 at the moment. It's a very good game of football anyway. You don't want it to be ruined by a red card. X-Tactical says, English bias there. If there was Xhaka, he would have been banned for 10 matches. I think people have been on about this before, though. I think this sort of thing does go on. It's that sort of favouritism. Mark, did you say it's not a miracle for United to win the Champions League if somehow they reach the semis? Respect your opinion, but United haven't been a good Champions League team, says Johnny. Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's a miracle. Do people really think it's a miracle if Manchester United win the Premier League, win the Champions League? Like, we've got no chance of winning the Premier League, but the Champions League is a bit different. You see, that's a load of bollocks. Like, he's booked Morton there. They're incomparable tackles. Like, he skips past Morton, but there's another Liverpool player really, really close. It just seems a bit unfair for me that he gets a yellow card for that, and then it's the same offence for... here we go, Milner. Slips it into Mane. He's still in, Mane. Oh, good block. Keita. Good save. Corner. Cracking game. Cracking game here. Slow Sports News. 0-0. It's a cracking game. Slow Sports News. Yellow card for Harry Kane.
I'm Harry Kane. You can't give me a red card. I'll smash your face in. I'm Harry Kane. You don't send me off. You keep me on the pitch to score goals. I'm Batman.
Corner to Liverpool. 23 minutes gone. It's been a cracking game. Cristiano is Champions League's best ever player, says Kushner. Cross comes in from Liverpool. Spurs defending well. Spurs are set up well to play against Liverpool tactically, actually. Conte's got it going well here because they've got the back five and then they've got the two on the break, and it's working well at the moment. Milner. Matip. Goal kick. Please subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Big shout out to Manscaped. 20% off through the link in the video description. Free worldwide shipping. Get your Christmas presents. Here's one I used earlier. You won't get that one. You'll get a brand new one in a brand new package. I'm not going to do it. Don't worry. Cracking game. Cracking game. Any pints today, says MUFC. I think, well, I'm on the United stand at 8 o'clock, so I'll certainly have a festive drink. I might have a G&T. I've got a gin and tonic advent calendar, actually. And I forgot to open it for 10 days, so I've just got loads and loads of these little bottles of gin and tonic. So I might have one of those in a bit. This one's for the nose. This is the Weed Whacker. Brilliant. You get to my age, you need it. It's hard to do it blind, though, because you can't see where the hairs are, but... See it? You can hear it. Very good. Very good products. Grooming is very important. 20% off with Manscaped. Free worldwide shipping as well. Links in the chat. Get yours for Christmas or get someone you love one for Christmas. Liverpool really look weak when they don't have Van Dijk, says Amanship. I think it's more their midfield tonight. Keita, Milner and Morton is not Henderson, Fabinho and Wijnaldum, is it? Now, I know Wijnaldum's left, but I actually don't know who their third midfielder is. I do suffer with a hairy nose, iMac. Yes, I do. Which is why the weed whacker's very good. And they are like weeds. Nasal hair is like weeds. They're very annoying at where they prop up. What do I want for Christmas? Omicron to piss off? Like, I don't know. I mean, people have asked me stuff. I don't even know what I've said. There's nothing I really want. I mean, it's nice to open presents, isn't it? But there's nothing I really want. 100%. If I could wish for anything, it would be that we didn't have this this bloody prospect of, you know, mental gloom and doom from being knocked into another lockdown. I would get rid of it so everyone can have a good Christmas. Yeah, Thiago. They're missing Thiago as well, aren't they? That's the other one. Where's Thiago then? Is he injured? So they're missing their first choice midfield, aren't they? I know Fabinho's got COVID. I don't know what the situation is with Thiago and Henderson. I mean, Thiago is probably injured, isn't he? But he is quite injury prone. Chance for Liverpool to put a cross in here. The first half has flown by so far. Nearly coming up for half an hour. Milner went for a ridiculous shot there. Never really on. Carabao Cup watch-along, says Barnaby. I don't think the Carabao Cup will be on. Lovely play by Mane. That is a free kick. He's going to book him as well. Everyone's getting a book in here. I mean, how does Royale get booked there? For you know, it seems unfair. I mean, Mane has sent him back to the shops there, but to get booked for that, and then you see Harry Kane getting booked for something that's a lot worse, it just seems a bit odd to me. Wednesday fixtures, or the week fixtures. There's nothing on Monday. Well, there's a championship game tomorrow night between Fulham and Sheffield United that seems to be on at the moment. Arsenal play Sunderland on Tuesday, and then Brentford Chelsea on Wednesday. I don't think that will happen because I don't think Brentford had enough players to play at the weekend. Liverpool Leicester, again, Leicester had a game cancelled at the last minute on Thursday, so you'd expect that those players would be out for 10 days. Tottenham West Ham. Tottenham are obviously playing now, but how can West Ham play? So I don't know whether the Carabao Cup games can happen. I'd bow down to your greater knowledge of what the situation... It depends what the situation is at West Ham, Brentford, and Leicester as to whether we'll get those games. DBX says it was a blatant red by Kane. Assume VAR is broken. Mark, don't forget, along with nose hair, is the Harry Bane of middle-aged men, says Sean Finity. Ear hair as well. I don't get ear hair, thank God. I'm not, you know, I don't get that. But you could use that for that. Just give it a wash.
Daddy,
Yeah.
there's exciting news today.
Yeah.
I saw this new the Santa.
Oh, what? The one who goes on the street?
Yeah.
Oh, dear.
It was the wheel one.
I know, but that cold air made you cough. What was he doing on the street? Was he going round on a cart?
No. Yeah.
Was the music playing?
Yeah.
Did he wave?
Yeah.
Did he send me a present? Need to have a rest now after that air. Sprang says Getter tested for corona. 1, he's been tested. 2, it's a he. And we've just missed Dele Alli, Mr. Sitter. Timo Ali. Sounds like something out of bloody Harry Potter. Timo Ali. He's got a score there. Conte's fuming. What a chance. What a chance. Slow Sports News. Timo Ali with an absolute sitter. I can't explain it. It's so easy to score. And he's missed it. It's a good save by Alisson, but he's got to score it. Timo Ali. Massive miss there. He should score it. He should definitely score it. Driving home for Christmas. Mark, even if United... Oh, he's still at it. UV says, Mark, even if United reach the semis of the Champions League, we're not going to win. And why do you say it's different in the Champions League of the league? I can't believe you think we have a chance. Cross comes in. Alisson catches it. I feel I have to answer it because it's a super chat. Right. In the Champions League, it's a cup competition. When you get into the knockout stage, to win the tournament, you've only got to play 7 games. To win the Premier League, you've got to play 38. United have got a better chance of winning 7 games than they have of winning 38. Chelsea won the Champions League last year. They didn't win the league. They were nowhere near it. Everybody knows you've got more chance of winning a cup tournament than you have of winning a league. These chances are going to hurt Spurs. Well, Liverpool haven't had a big chance yet, and it's been quite a 50-50 game. So I think you're right. I think that Spurs need to take their chances because they should be 2-0 up. Deservedly 2-0 up. But they've not been as clinical as they should be. Is it miss of the season, says Unknown. I doubt it. I think there are more. There's more. Plenty of time yet left. Plenty of time left yet. I sort of agree with what people were saying. I think the missed chances from Spurs, they could be costly. But they are winning the midfield battle, which was always probably going to be the case. And I still think it's debatable that Harry Kane could have been sent off. So, Champions League or Premier League overall, says Suhan. I don't know why we're wandering into this chat conversation. I really don't want to have it. I'd rather win the Premier League than the Champions League, but I think it's different. You know, Man City would rather win the Champions League because they've never won it. I think for United, because we haven't won anything for a long time, the Premier League is a harder tournament to win. This could be another chance for Son. And Harry Kane gets his cross wrong again. You've got to say that could have been a chance where they score. Spurs are causing the problems on the break. Would you take Son at United to Sahab? Yes. Yeah. Keita's struggling here, isn't he? He's fouled him. Hi Mark, Edison's tackle today, pen or no pen? I've not seen it, Matteo. Klopp's getting angry. He's getting angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. I'll be back. Liverpool passing is poor. I mean, look, their midfield is basically... You know, even Curtis Jones would be better than those three, wouldn't he? And I'm not saying Curtis Jones is a bad player. Nice ball into Mane. Puts his cross in. Ooh. Robertson. Goal! Wow, you just can't argue with that. That's quality from Liverpool. Quality equaliser from Liverpool. And to be honest, I don't know what Spurs can do here. Wasted chances. 1-1. Spurs have only got themselves to blame. Somebody said it, didn't they? After all the missed chances that they've had, that they're going to come back and haunt them with it, and they have. It's one of them goals that when you concede it, you're like, what are you supposed to do? Comes to Robertson, defender can't jump in or it's a penalty. It's a lovely cross and it's a lovely header by Jota. Robertson cross is fantastic, and Jota's header is fantastic, and there's really nothing Spurs can do. This happens when you're playing against a good team. That. You know, if that was United conceding that goal, I'd probably have to look back to, we should have cleared it better, or we should have done better in the build-up. But the goal is actually very, very good. The biggest complaint you'd have as a Spurs fan is the chances we've had to put this game out of Liverpool's reach. Should have been 2 or 3-0 up, and they're 1-1. And that's the thing against the big teams. When you're up against Man City's and you're up against Chelsea's and you're up against Liverpool's and you've had that first and half an hour that Spurs have had, you can't just be coming out of it 1-0 because they will score, Liverpool. They will score, and they have scored. It's a shame for Spurs because their performance has been very good. They've got to reset now and not let their heads drop. Game on. It's been a good game. Winks has played very well in the midfield. And I need to stop saying this because I jinx them as soon as I say it. He's misplaced a pass and now it's Liverpool running at them. Mane, this could be 2-2. Oh, that's a penalty. No, he's not giving it. Well, I thought it was a pen. I did think it was a pen to Liverpool as well. Oh, what are they doing at the other end now? It's Alisson. Messing around at the back. Keeper's out of position. Son. Well, it's not going to be a penalty because they're not reviewing it, but Jota's saying, I thought it was a penalty. It won't get... When the referee says no in this situation, it won't be a penalty, but... Doesn't get the ball, does he? It doesn't get the ball. I mean, look, there's elements of softness there, but you can see why. If that happens to United, I want a penalty. That's all I'm going to say. I do think Liverpool have probably been a little bit unlucky. They could have had a penalty, and Harry Kane could have had a red card, and it wasn't a red card, and it wasn't a penalty, but both those decisions have gone against them. Good. It's a good game, though. You don't want to see people being sent off in a game like this. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner. We're on the road to 600k. We've actually gone past 599,000. So, bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Let's see if we can get 600,000 before Christmas. This has been a really, really enjoyable game. I've really, really enjoyed it. I've got to say. Best game I've seen in a long time. So, give them some credit. Well, Klopp's had a yellow card now. He'll be being jeered by the home crowd, of course he will. But that's what Sir Alex was like. That, you know, that's why you win, because you have that passion and energy and, you know, focus, and it feeds through to your players. Here's Mane. As I said, I feel like I'm repeating myself too much here, like UK Gold, but it has been one of the better games I've watched for a long time, and the best games are always the games that are equal. Lovely cross by Robertson there, well defended by Spurs, and I do think Spurs' defence has been good. I mean, all right, it's 1-1, but they've had to deal with a lot of decent crosses from Liverpool, and they have dealt with them very well. They've been much better defensively, Spurs, and I think that if this had been Spurs of a couple of months ago, they might be 3 or 4-1 down. So very much improved defensively. Not a fan of this ref, says Daniel. Zayn Mayasi. I don't know whether that's a new one or not, but he's back with another sticker. Probably happy that Liverpool have scored. Yeah, I'm on the United stand at 8 o'clock tonight. We've got a forum, so we'll be catching up on the latest Man United news. I think Spurs fans will love this coach, love this referee. You're used to wearing less, is Salah. Still Salah. Went a bit individualistic there. Into Mane. Cuts it back. Thanks everyone who's subscribing, by the way. Bottom right hand corner, we're nearly at 599,200. We're closing in on that 600k for Christmas. Subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Get involved with That's Football. You're all very welcome. It doesn't matter who you support. Lots of debates going on. Mane into the box. Is it the bar? It's a corner. Just like your granddad had an influence on you to become a United fan by telling you all the amazing things, do you have a similar influence on your kids now, says Vabaf? Yeah. You alright, Seb?
Yeah.
What's the matter?
I don't know where I put this.
Just put it on that table. Thanks. What are you watching?
Sick Hero Girls.
Okay. Yeah, I think you do. You do have an influence on. Well, I don't know. I've only got my own kids, so. But it's not, I've never had that problem. I don't think I will. I don't think they're going to come in from school and say, you know what, I really want to be a Liverpool fan. It's like, well, there's the door. You know, you influence them about stories and things like that. Trent with the cross. Liverpool are starting to turn the screw here a little bit. You do look back to those chances for Spurs. Probably just need to reset and get to half-time at the moment. Because, cracking save. Mane with the cross to the back post. Trent hits it on the half volley. And it's Lloris who's actually made quite a few saves now. Liverpool turning that screw. Cameron says, being a fan of a team is a personal choice. It's not. Might be in your life. It's not in mine. I was influenced by my grandparent to be a Manchester United fan. And my kids will be influenced by me to be a Manchester United fan. Good save by Lloris with the knee, that. Head, shoulders, knees and toes. It all counts. It all counts. But it's a free kick for Liverpool here. I hope they can get to half-time, Spurs, 1-1. And then we can have a reset second half. Because that first half's been fantastic. Our Tottenham started to get a bit scared, says Don 1, who's an Arsenal fan. What result do Arsenal fans want? Have you sort of like given up on getting anywhere near Liverpool, so you just want Spurs to lose, or would you actually say a draw? Because as a United fan, I think a draw is the best for us. I'm not massively worried about Spurs, but I would still like to, as unlikely as it is, catch Liverpool. Salah has been a bit quiet today, and that corner goes out for a goal kick. Night fever, we got a chance to show it. Na, 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 na. That's the Dele Alli miss. There's just no conviction. I mean, it's nearly, to be honest, it's a good save by Alisson because he's probably put it in the bottom corner, hasn't he? I don't think that, I mean, Dele Alli should score, but it's not as terrible as you might think. Oh, there's a new video from Dr. John Campbell about Omicron. I'll watch that afterwards. With a nice gin and tonic. And a bagel. Yeah, he should score, but Alisson does make a good save. Wind your body. Wiggle your belly. Boom shakalak. Boom shakalak. Well, what should we talk about at half time? We need an half time chat. Topic. Maybe we talk about the Premier League and Chelsea a little bit actually. Mark, I'm already missing not seeing United, says YK. Yeah, you know what I felt like today? 3 minutes of added time in this first half. You know what I feel like today? I feel like I feel a bit like, you know, when the lockdown happened and then the Bundesliga came back and we all got excited about the Bundesliga. I feel like today I've been excited about games just because it's football. I think I'm a football addict. What next? Am I going to get excited about League One? It's like, yeah, I really do need that United fix back. Because, I love football. I've really enjoyed this game, but you want to see. It's a bit like Premier League without United at the moment, isn't it? And I know other clubs aren't playing, but Liverpool fans have seen their team play twice since we last played. We do need to see United back. I personally don't think the Premier League will cancel it. I really don't think they will. There's a week until the Premier League plays again now, so it gives them time. I don't think they need to cancel it or do a freeze or anything like that, because I think in 3 or 4 days they might do it, but I don't think they need to cancel it tomorrow. I'd see what happens in the wider picture of things. I've just been told to check something on Insta. Let me have a quick look. What do you think about Chelsea out of form, says J2? Yeah, they are out of form. I think you're right about that. Every team comes in and out of form. Let's have a look. Fever. Cavani's Insta from 7 minutes ago is about PSG, so I don't know what that's got to do with anything. Someone said, can you check Cavani's Insta? He's just saying thank you to PSG. I don't know what that's got to do with anything. Is there something to do with that? I don't know. Milner's in the box. Cuts it back. So, interesting half. Interesting half this. Which way is it going to go in the second half? Cut back again to Kane. Oh, it's not caught it again. There's something about Harry Kane as a striker who... he's an amazing striker, but he does sometimes just not catch the ball clean, and that was a prime example of that. He could have had a hat-trick this half. He's just not connected again. How do you not kick the ball? I can't say this to Harry Kane. He's going to be England's all-time goal scorer, but how's he not connected with that there properly? But 1-1 at half-time. Let's stop the clock, and what a half it's been. Look, I would applaud both sides. I think they've been fantastic in an entertainment value. They've been superb. They've set the precedent with Chelsea. Surely they have to follow through now, says Sean Finity. We'll come back to that in a minute, Sean. Thanks everyone who's watching. Please subscribe. Remember, Manscaped is sponsoring the show. 20% off and free shipping. Trim the grass to make the yard look bigger. We've got lots of products for you, and you can get them through the link in the video description in time for Christmas. So get onto that. Male grooming, trusted by over 4 million people worldwide. Lawnmower 4.0, a weed whacker for your nose. Bloody hell, it seems to grow quicker. I thought I'd got rid of it all 20 minutes ago. But look, fantastic first half. 1-1, probably about right. But then again, Spurs would look at the first half an hour and say they could have been 2 or 3-0 up. Liverpool, the stronger team after they equalise. And some, a couple of dubious decisions, to be fair. 1-0. Ali with a fantastic chance. Son with a chance. They really should have gone 2-0 up. If I'm a Spurs fan, I'm sat there going, really should have gone 2-0 up. Second half, obviously, a couple of incidents that Liverpool would look at. Harry Kane, for me, should have been sent off. I don't say it with any joy. I don't want Liverpool to win as a Man United fan, but I have to... Well, I do look at football pragmatically. That's football is there to do that. This is not the United stand. I do look at it pragmatically. And I look at it and I go, I think if it's not Harry Kane, England captain, I think he gets sent off. I do think it's a sending off. Some people will say it's not enough. But from what we've seen this season, I've seen people get sent off for less. So I do think it was a sending off. The penalty, I'd have to see it again. If that happens against Ronaldo, I think it's a penalty. So... But, once the referee says no, VAR will never say it's a clear and obvious error. So it was never going to be a penalty. Having said that, this is where you have to understand VAR, because if he'd given that penalty and it had gone to VAR, they wouldn't have overruled it. But if he's not given the penalty, they won't overrule it either. And you'll go, well, how can that be? How can that be? That either is a penalty or isn't. But you have to understand the VAR rule. They'll only overrule it if it's a clear and obvious error. So if he'd given the penalty, VAR would have looked at it and gone, well, there is contact there. It's not a clear and obvious error. If he doesn't give the penalty, they'll look at it and go, well, there is contact there, but it's not major, so it's not a clear and obvious error. So ultimately, on a lot of penalties these days, they will go with the ref. Can you do best Premier League 11 of the season so far, says Ben. I think we've already done it, but I'm happy to do it. We'll go through that again. Get your thoughts in, because we'll start on that in a minute. What did you make of VAR today? It was absolute disgrace in all the games, especially Man City and Newcastle, says Troy. I didn't watch Man City and Newcastle, and I haven't seen Chelsea Wolves at all, so I'll check it on Match of the Day. But I'm glad Harry Kane's not been sent off for the good of the game, because I think Liverpool just would run on and win it easily. But I do think it probably was a red. In relation to the Premier League, quickly, before we do a Premier League 11 of the season so far, I think that I do feel for Chelsea today, but I think the right decision was made. I think with regards to their rule, it is if you've got 14 players, you play your game. Well, Chelsea had 17, and therefore they should be playing the game. My issue with that is that you've got to see that as a good point that the Premier League is going to continue. Because what would be horrific from the Premier League is if they know from tomorrow that they're going to suspend the Premier League and they made Chelsea play. That would be horrible. So I take that, as much as Chelsea fans might be pissed off, I would take that as a positive that the Premier League is going to continue. And therefore, Chelsea shouldn't be the last team having to put out a team that's nowhere near their best. And I would happily sit here and say that against Newcastle, if we're missing 7 or 8 of our first team players, but we've got 14, we should be playing the game as well. So I agree with what the Premier League did do to Chelsea today, but they have to keep the Premier League going and make sure it happens to everybody else as well. On Chelsea, I don't think a draw against Wolves, even with their best team, would have been a shock. Their big problem with Chelsea is the dropped points at home to Burnley and Everton, which was which is why they've dropped off. And also United, they should have beaten United when we were under Carrick. So it's those 3 home draws that have set Chelsea back. Drawing away to Wolves, I know they wanted to win, but it wasn't a surprise to me. I think it had a draw written all over it, to be honest with you. But this has been a fantastic game. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, you're very welcome. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. We're on the road to 600k now. I'm just monitoring the analysis here. I think they're going to show you the first goal first, the Kane goal. Our fan base confidence is low with us not playing games while other teams gain points. I understand why some fans would be concerned about top 4, says Dan. I presume you're a United fan, Dan. Yeah, we need to get back playing games ASAP. Mark, do you think Portugal should get Jose as manager for Ronaldo's final World Cup, says Brew? Ronaldo's not definitely going to be in his final World Cup because one of Italy and Portugal are going out. It was a lovely goal by Harry Kane, by the way. They've just shown the first goal back. Comes from a brilliant tackle from Winks, finds the ball to Ndembele, and the finish by Kane looks so easy, but it's beautiful the way he just slips it into the bottom corner. And of course, as I said, Spurs had chances after that where they really should have put the game to bed. We'll see them on screen in a minute, but not on our screen, obviously, but on Sky. This is the second chance. I actually thought Kane's cross wasn't that good, but it is. It's a perfect cross from Kane. It's just it bounces in front of Son and he can't quite get his foot around it. He's stretching a little bit, but Harry Kane does about everything he can do with that. Now, this one, I can't remember what happens with this one. This is Dele Alli's chance. Yeah, he's got all the time in the world as well. He's James Bond. You have all the time in the world. I mean, he hits it quite well, but he's got to score that. He has to score that, Dele Alli. It's such a good chance. He's got to bury that. And I just think he doesn't look at the goal. The cross comes in and he's like, I'm going to go for this spot. He doesn't look at the keeper. He doesn't look at the goal. He should have gone in the other corner, really. The Liverpool goal was very good. It's just a wonderful cross from Robertson, and it's a wonderful head by Jota. I mean, he's got Dele Alli and Davinson Sanchez there. He's smaller than both of them. It's the quality of the cross and it's the quality of the header. That's what I mean. We've been spoiled in this game. It's been really good. Lovely cross. Lovely header. Lloris can do nothing about it. I wonder what Southgate sees in Trent that makes him think that he's a better option in that position. Downfalls of being a defensive coach, says Jonathan White. Well, you know, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree with DK about Dele Alli. It's a great save, but most top players finish that in their sleep. Yeah, I don't... If that's David De Gea, I'm going to say that's a great... I mean, look, they're just showing the Harry Kane tackle again. They've not discussed it at half-time, but for me, that's a red. Just... every time I see the Kane tackle, it's a red, and I've seen it in slow motion and in real time. It's a red. I don't get it. I don't get it. But inconsistency is always going to be there, isn't it? Unfortunately. Kane's challenge was the same as Pogba's against Liverpool. One got a red, the other a yellow. Where's the consistency? I mean, I don't need to compare it to anybody else. I mean, I compare it to my opinion of football, and you compare it to your opinion of football. And I think, look, if you're a Spurs fan, you've got to stick and say it's not a red, because if that's Paul Pogba for Man United, I'm going to say it's not a red. I get the club loyalty, but you know, my loyalty would actually be with Spurs because I don't want Liverpool to win. But I still look at that and say it's a red card for me. But, you know, if Tottenham win, do you think City will run away with it, says Dead Eye? They could do. Yeah, I can't bet at the moment, though. Yeah. Smells lovely. Bacon sandwich. Yeah. I can smell a bacon sandwich. Bacon. I love it. Love the bacon sandwich. Oh, I do. I love the bacon sandwich. Sorry, vegetarians. Well, not sorry, actually. I eat meat. Cancelo, Reece or Trent said... I mean, Cancelo or Cancello or however you pronounce it. What a player he is. He can play. He can go left. He can go right. He's magnifique. Fantastic player. Who's going to win this in the second half then? I still think Liverpool. I still think that underdogs and favourites are called underdogs and favourites for a reason. Favourites go home with the prom queen. Underdogs don't. And I think Liverpool are the favourites because they're used to winning. Spurs are the underdogs because they're used to bottling, a bit like United are at the moment. And I just feel that Spurs will look back on this game and say, we played really well. We could have beaten them in the first half an hour. We missed big chances. That Dele Alli miss, and you lose. So, look. But I think Spurs did well to get to 1-1 after Liverpool had scored 1-1 at half-time. It gives them a chance to... get back into it, doesn't it? So, let's see what happens in this second half. 1-1. They got a chance. And it was working for Spurs as well. They were trying to defend. Obviously, it helps if you try to defend. They were trying to defend against the Liverpool press and then hit on the break. And it was working with Son and Kane. Why would I do Napoli, AC Milan, Watchalong, Abdul? I've never hinted at it. I've never said I would do it. So, no, I'm not. I'm on the United stand at 8 o'clock. Salah has been quiet today, Jamie. I'm tempted not to use that word because I can see what might happen. That's what I was drinking on Thursday night. It's giving me a headache looking at it. Camden, what's the name of it? Camden Hall. Yeah, I was on the Camden Hall. Camden House. Yeah. It did give me hell. It really did. Anyway, talking about Manscaped, 20% off. Free shipping. Links in the video description. Fantastic little present for yourself for Christmas, or get someone to get one for you. And yeah. I nearly turned it on near my face then. Ooh, I actually did touch my face there, which is bad on two parts. 20% off. 4Q says it was a red card and a penalty. I don't disagree with you, mate. I don't disagree with you. If that was against United, I'd want both. To be more pragmatic, you're a little bit unlucky not to have got one. The penalty was a little bit like that. I think the red card was more of a red card. As somebody who doesn't want Spurs to lose this, I would rather that Kane didn't get sent off. But I think from a Liverpool point of view, you've got to be a little bit disappointed with that 2 decisions have gone against you. I mean, were they massive? I think the red card's the bigger one, but you know, it is what it is. It's 1-1 and Liverpool finished the half on top. So you're back in the game. And I think also, let's give a little bit of credit to Liverpool, as begrudging as I am about this. Their midfield is not their midfield. No Fabinho, no Henderson, no Thiago, no Curtis Jones. They've got Morton, who I know nothing about. They've got Milner, and they've got Keita, who's very inconsistent. And yet, they are still very much in the game, away from home, against the Spurs side that is rejuvenated under Conte. And that Spurs side, I don't know where's this COVID outbreak that Spurs have got then? Like, there's no COVID outbreak at Spurs. Are they past it now? That's an amazing squad that Spurs have got. I mean, I think Højbjerg's the only one out, isn't he? Yeah, here's the Kane thing again. It's a blatant red. He powers into it. No, that's a red. I mean, it actually always looks bad in slow-mo. It looks worse in normal play. But it is what it's gone. You know, it's gone. It doesn't matter. You know, if you think it's not a red card, well, you were right. It wasn't a red card. It wasn't given. But I do think his reputation helped him out there. And I think Klopp is probably... Well, we can see Klopp talking to the referee now. And he's probably having the very same chat about that. But sometimes your reputation goes before you. You know, I think if that is Harry Kane, it's a yellow card. If that's Xhaka, it's a red card, like somebody said. If it's... I'm trying to think of somebody that's, gets a lot of yellow cards as well. You know, I think reputation does help. It does help, of course it does. Deadeye says that Morton has done well considering the tempo of the game, in my opinion. Didn't know of him before. Yeah, we haven't. I mean, he's on a yellow card as well. We haven't really... I always think if you're playing in the midfield and you're playing the holding midfield role or a centre-back or something like that, if you're not being noticed, that tends to mean you're not doing much wrong. But second half is about to start here. Harry Kane's got a smile on his face. Can Spurs keep that tempo going of the first half an hour of the game into the first half an hour of this second half? Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right-hand corner, we're on the road to 600k. We don't know when our next watch-along is going to be. I mean, I'm not even going to bother telling you. I mean, I'm not doing Carabao Cup games anyway. I wouldn't do them. But I would like to do Boxing Day and United on the Monday. But I don't know that we're going to get any games yet. So we will wait and see what happens with that. But... hopefully the Premier League are going to keep these games on. I think it's needed. But the second half has just started. And let's see who gets away with it in the second half. With goals and decisions, I suppose. Well, there's a Spurs player just gone down here. I think Mane's hand has just caught him in the face. Klopp saying, what's going on? What's going on, man? What's going on, man? This game's going crazy out here. What's going on? I can't understand it. That's not my German Klopp accent. That's just an accent. Just a piss take. Here's Dele Alli down the wing. Dele Alli. Yeah, loses it. You know Keita's problem? I've noticed him twice now. It really pissed me off. He hangs onto the ball for too long. Like, he could have cleared his lines then, and now they're stuck in a position where the ball is... Well, they've won a free kick. Keita holds onto the ball too long. Imagine Boxing Day with no Premier League games. I I know. Imagine Boxing Day when even last year in lockdown when there was no fans in the ground, we still had games, didn't we? We've got to have games. Got to have games. And also, on a positive sense, yesterday there was one game. Today we've had 3 games. So, you know, that's got to be a positive. And look, Spurs, who've had problems with COVID, they've got none. Christmas carols with Goldbridge on Boxing Day. Yeah, I'll go live and just sing carols. Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, a Jota again. He's good with his head, isn't he? I tell you what, I never knew this. Hang on, Slow Sports Goldbridge. I never knew this. He's so good with his head, Jota. Was he always good? Cracking game though. Spurs just getting a bit pressed here. Dele Alli wins the throw in. Lots of people saying yes, he's always been good with his head. With his head. Don't get rude. Otto says he's always been sick at heading. He's very good at heading. Here we go. Now then. Spurs on the break. He's got to go wide right. He does. Into Kane. Oh, the pass was onto the back post for Dele Alli there from Kane. Now it's Salah who's been quiet. Wants a free kick. Not going to get it. He was pulled back. Ref didn't see it. Now Keita. Oh, Mane. Oh, that's a... or is it? Lloris is there. Boots it out for a throw-in. Josh says it's not a ride in a million years. Scott says that was an interesting watch, Dr. John Campbell. Is it a positive? Scott, you don't need to spoil it, but was it a good or a bad? Feliz Nabi lad. That's. I've seen a jumper of that by the Red Man. Benson says Jota's better with his head than my girlfriend. Oh, you know when you read something and you shouldn't. Well, Benson, it is Christmas. You could get a better model. Salah, Keita. Liverpool just edging it at the moment in the first 5 minutes. Just a little bit more energetic. Mane, blocked, corner. He's given an offside anyway. Apple Z, why is Salah non-existent? We're just having a quiet game. Like I think I see this with Ronaldo and Fernandes, and I'm sure everybody sees it with their club. It's so frustrating the way, we're not. Real football is not FIFA. Like when you're playing with Liverpool at FIFA, or you've got Salah on your ultimate team, if he doesn't do anything, you get really mad, don't you? Because you've spent this many coins on him. In real life, they don't all play world class every minute of every game. But it feels like they get judged as FIFA players rather than real players. Have you or will you go to Dubai? Says Mans. I've not. I know lots of people who have, and I would like to go. I don't know whether I'd like it, but. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. Do 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 do. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Did you see Jake Paul's KO yesterday? Think he beats Tommy as well now. I thought it was a fake. The ghost. I've watched it 10 more times. First time I watched it, I thought it was acting. And I've watched it 10 more times. I'm convinced it's acting now. But we're all entitled to an opinion. You think what you like. I'm not going to tell you what to think. Let's looking on socials to see what people think about the old sending off. A lot of people felt it was a sending off. Corner to Liverpool. Thanks to Tertian. He says, congratulations on 599 subscribers. We're trying to get 600k before Christmas, so please subscribe. Everyone's welcome on That's Football. It's a fantastic community. The Euros were fantastic in the summer. Loved it. We did every single game as a watch-along, and we've built a really good community here where everybody's welcome. So thanks, everyone, for getting involved. What's Seb getting for Christmas, as Maxwell? Can't say. You'll hear. He's getting some good stuff. I wouldn't say he's really getting one big present, but some good stuff that I'll enjoy playing with as well, which is the most important thing. Who's on tonight? So it's me, Adam, Beth, and I think Levin. I think Ricky's on tomorrow night. So it feels like we've had a lot longer, but we've only had 8 minutes of this second half, and I'd say it's following the theme of the end of the first half, where Liverpool are just slightly the better side at the moment, but I don't know what they're looking for there. That's never a free kick or a penalty anyway. Matip strong against Kane. He's done really well there. Kane's not done really well there. Matip. Oh, and Spurs get rid of it. Kane needed to be stronger there. Now it's Dele Alli. Now Kane. Into Son. No, he can't get it. Keeper's got it. Good game. I think because Liverpool are playing more attacking and it's leaving space on the break for Spurs, it's just perfectly poised for both teams. It's an intriguing game. As I said, it's one of the better games I've seen for quite a while in relation to an actual contest. Yes, Liverpool are the favourites, but you just feel that Spurs could get something out of this. I've been very impressed with Harry Winks as well, you know. Underrated performance from him. Had a massive part to play in the first goal, and he's... look, obviously, would Harry Winks be able to have a game like this against Fabinho and Henderson? Probably not, but, you know, he's having a good game. Is PS5 better as disc version, or I didn't bother with the disc version. I've just got the digital version because I download games anyway, so I'm not really bothered about the discs. But you can save money if you get the discs. What a ball this is by Dyer! What a save by Alisson! Was he offside? Oh my God!
Oh, Harry Bone, I don't know how I've missed it. Oh, I couldn't take the ocean from a boat. Oh, Batman. Harry Bane. I can't believe it. I can't believe the miss. Timo Kane. Harry Bane. Timo Bane.
Cross comes in again. Son, corner. How has he missed? How has Kane missed this? Well, for one, I think it's marginal. He's got to score that. Alisson's great save by Alisson though. Is it more of a great save than a bad miss? I still think he's got to score. I think it's a bit like Dele Alli's in the first half. You've got to say Alisson is probably Liverpool's man of the match because he's made 2 certain goal saves. But you've got to say from a Spurs point of view, they've got to score both. Hi Mark, is Seb a secret Arsenal fan? Merry Christmas, says Finley. No, he's bloody not. Oh! He's done it again! He's done it again! Oh!
Harry Bane, I've done it again, I can't believe it. I'm firing blanks like the Territorial Army. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. He comes to me on the back post and I'm free on the header and I headed it over the bar. I bloody can't believe it.
That's even better. That's even worse as a miss. He's done it again. He's done it again. Unbelievable. What a prat. Conte's covered his eyes up. If you thought his first miss was bad, the second one... So, cut back from Dele Alli, open goal, Alisson dives at his feet and saves it. Corner, on the back post, heads it over, inside the 6-yard box. Oh,
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Oh, I bottled it twice. Harry Bain in pain. I can't believe it. I'm so pissed off with that.
Well, the one thing you'd have to say from Spurs' point of view is that if you go on to lose this game, how? Ben Davies is going to get a yellow card here. He's just pulled back Salah. It's not the first time he's done that tonight. We've got some angry Spurs fans in the chat. You can understand it. I mean, it reminds me of England-Argentina 1998. We're all over them. We're creating chance after chance. Paul Scholes misses a big chance to make it 3-1. We end up going out of the tournament. You've got to take your chances. And Spurs have had their chances. It's been entertaining, though. It's been very entertaining. What I would say is, though, I just want to say, well done, Spurs. This is the first time I've seen them since Conte's come in. Such a better side. They remind me of Spurs under Pochettino. Not in the way that they're playing, not that they're going to win a league, but they just seem a little bit more like the Spurs under Pochettino, where they actually are competitive against teams. Whereas I think under Mourinho and Nuno, they just became Spurs in name and not in nature. It feels like it's Spurs back again, where they can be competitive. So fair play, exciting times for Spurs, because Conte's got them back playing football, which is good and focused, and but the thing is that it's a bit like a stomach virus, isn't it? They were bottling it from one end and now they're bottling it from the other. Big chances, and if this was the other way round, Liverpool would not have missed those chances. It would be 3 or 4-1 to Liverpool off the chances that Spurs have had if it would happen to Liverpool. You feel like Switch says, I feel like Liverpool are going to win this. Yeah. You really should be saying Spurs are going to win this because of the chances they've had. But the chances they've missed, you feel like it's just going to go that way. Morton's coming off now. He's done his hour. He'll come off for Firmino. Celtic won the Scottish League Cup. The win was for my dad and can't wipe a smile off my face. What a way to end a year, says Joseph. Well done. And at this rate, Kane is Liverpool's man of the match, says the Honest Tiger. Well, I think Liverpool are in the same situation as Chelsea, aren't they? It's like difficult circumstances, missing a few key players, away from home, against the team that's in the sort of top 8. And it's one of those where you just want to get the result. You just want to get the 3 points. Will they get the 3 points, or are they going to drop points like Chelsea did as well? Salah has been very quiet up until this point. Throw into Liverpool here. A bit cold, It is cold. It is cold today. Went for a quick walk before doing the stream, actually, and it is cold today. Would you finish that chance from Kane? Yeah, I would have finished both of them in my sleep, especially FIFA career Goldbridge. United Stand FC Goldbridge, if you know, you know. Although he has missed a few sitters. Corner to Liverpool here. Crap corner, but it comes to the edge for Keita. And Spurs will bring it away. Or will they bring it away? Yeah, goal kick. I think Christmas week you want a bit of cold weather, don't you? Worst weather on Christmas Day, and I'm sorry if you live in a warm climate, but the worst weather I don't like on Christmas Day, and it does happen quite regularly, is bright and mild, about 10 degrees, no cloud in the sky. You can see the sun on Christmas Day. I don't want to see the sun on Christmas Day. I want it cloudy, misty, foggy. I don't really want rain, snow ideally, frosty, something like that, but I don't want mild sunny. If you live in Australia, you've got to put up with it, but not here. It's very misty today in the Midlands. I don't know what the weather is for the week, actually. We're only 5 days away from Christmas, so we should be able to give you a weather forecast. Give me somewhere in the world, I'll give you the weather for Christmas. So where I live, it's currently 3 degrees, and on Christmas Day, it's going to be 5 degrees, and the weather is sleet showers with a gentle breeze. I'll take that. That means cloudy and cold. I will take that and party. I can deal with that. I can work with that. Driving home for Christmas. Sydney. Somebody said Sydney. Bloody hell, it's hot. 30 degrees on Tuesday. 28 degrees. Sunny intervals and a moderate breeze in Sydney. Helsinki. Guarantee it's going to be snow. Because that's in Finland, isn't it? Fucking hell. -5. Light snow and a moderate breeze. That's Christmas. Helsinki's won. That's Christmas, that is. -5 and snow. -5. Vancouver. I got asked about Vancouver. I'm not going to do loads. Hi, Mark. There's that's one Harry Timo performance. Plus, can we get a set-up tour of the Goldbridge headquarters, says Akil. And I'm sure in the new year I'll sort one. Christmas in LA, always sunny. After dinner we go to the beach, says Albert. Yeah, but if that's your life, isn't it? Vancouver, you got some snow on Christmas Day. Light snow and a gentle breeze, 2 degrees. I'm going to do one more. We're going to do Berlin. Good band, Berlin. What was it they did? They did the song for Top Gun. Berlin. Take my breath away. You got snow as well. You get. That's the hat trick. Helsinki, Vancouver, and Berlin. Far apart, but they're all getting bloody snow. Light snow and a gentle breeze. 3 degrees. Well done. We have -8 and snow now, says JT69. We might get a bit of sleet in the UK. The further north you go, let's have a look at Manchester, actually. Manchester's about 2 hours north of me, so they might get a bit of snow. It should be colder up there. What have they got in Manchester on Christmas Day? No. Light cloud and a gentle breeze, 4 degrees. Computer says no. Computer says no snow. Anyway, let's watch this game. 25 minutes to go. A couple of substitutions have happened for both teams. Are we getting into that draw territory? I don't think so. I don't think Liverpool have had their chance to win it yet. Spurs have had the chances.
Harry Bain had the chances. They don't need to keep talking about it. What? Why is Harry Bain talking like he's from Leeds? He happens to think I'm a right twat. Yeah, that's not Harry Kane. That's Harry Yorkshire. I'm Harry Bain. Harry Bain. Harry Bain. Enemy. Not Harry Bow. Harry Bain. Harry Bain. I'm an enemy of Batman. And Arsenal.
$25 to go. Spurs should be in front. I'm not going to say Spurs should be winning, but they should be in front. Son's making that run in between the two centre-backs constantly. They should be looking for it more. Liverpool not making as many chances in the second half. That's a good switch of the play. Obviously, I think if Liverpool come out of this game with a win, I wouldn't like it, but I would admire it because that midfield is so weak compared to their normal midfield, and yet Spurs have been very good. It's terrible by Trent. Nice ball by Winks again. They've got 3v2 if he slips him in. No, it's a bad pass by Sessegnon. They had a 3v2 there. Any Carabao Cup watch-alongs this week, Mark, says Jack Oliver. Well, it's funny you asked, Jack, because I know I wasn't planning on doing any Carabao Cup watch-alongs, because if I'm absolutely honest with you, mate, I'm not convinced they'll happen. Arsenal-Sunderland on Tuesday might happen, but Brentford had a game cancelled. They're playing Chelsea. Liverpool playing Leicester on Wednesday. They've had a load of COVID. And Tottenham-West Ham. West Ham have had a load of COVID. So I just don't see how they're going to be ready to play a game in 3 days when you've got to isolate for 10. So we don't know what this... The trouble is, Premier League are keeping us like mushrooms in the dark. Like, they need to tell us how many people have got COVID and stuff like that. So I don't know whether the Carabao games are going to happen, but I wasn't planning on doing them. My priority is that we get the Premier League on. I couldn't give a toss about Carabao Cup, to be honest, because we're not in it. Not even in it. 8 o'clock tonight, United stand. Yep, looking forward to it. Make sure you tune in. Powie says, I'm back, Mark. Sing Salah running down the wing. No. Thanks for the super chat, but no. West Ham will play, says Manny. So that one might happen. Well, the Carabao Cup's important that they get that on because the 2 legs of the semi-final are in January, aren't they? So they won't want to postpone the Carabao Cup, even though it's an Aldi FA Cup, because the final's in February as well. So they'll be trying to get that on. But I don't think Brentford have got many. I mean, I hope the games are on. What a ball to Dele Alli! No penalty. Now then, he's not complaining. Was it a pen? I'd have to see that again. It certainly had a sniff of a pen. Liverpool have not been very creative at all in this second half. Apart from probably the first 5 minutes, they've struggled to create chances. And here's Jota. Salah! Oh, he's missed it. Oh, you would have thought he would have scored that. And they have scored! Oh, unbelievable. You wouldn't believe it. I can't believe it, man. We all knew it was going to happen. And it did happen. Now then, Spurs are having a moan. Harry Kane,
I'm telling you now, have a look at the penalty.
He's gone up north again. Harry Kane is saying, let's have a look at the penalty, ref. I'm the England captain. Have a look, ref. He's saying, have a look at that penalty. It's not a penalty. Oh, it's 2-1 to Liverpool. Robertson turns the cross in. No, it's soft. It's soft. No. There is a push. Let's have a look at the Liverpool goal. See if there's anything in this that Spurs can complain about. Apart from Jota does very well again. Salah nearly scores. Cross. He's well onside. Is he well onside? Yeah, he'll be... Oh, there's a handball by Salah, though. There's a handball by Salah. Mark, you sound like Bane from Batman when you imitate Harry Kane. That's the point. Luke, thank you. There is a handball by Salah. I don't know the rules on this now. There is a handball by Salah in the build-up. So it should stay 1-1. Some debate going on here. I don't know the rule. I mean, didn't they change that rule from before, like handballs in the lead up and all that jazz. Let's have a look at it. See if I can find the rules while we're waiting, because I don't like to be ill-informed. Still a bit of a debate going on here. Salah definitely handled it when he was trying to score. Conte's going handball. I don't think he wants a high five off anyone. Well, they're giving the goal. I don't understand that one at all. I don't understand it. Second phase, says Dane. I mean, I did suspect that. I think a year ago or two, that would have. I don't know. Don't shoot the messenger. I don't know. Cross comes in. Salah goes to head it and it hits his hand. 2 seconds later, Robertson scores from a cross. So I don't understand that rule, but they've given the goal. So obviously the rule has been changed. He clearly handles it, but I don't know. But Liverpool would probably quite rightly say Harry Kane should have had a red card and we could have had a penalty in the first half. I don't think it was a penalty on Dele Alli, by the way. I think he goes down way too easily. Spurs, we said it. This is not a shock. We did say it. They've missed so many good chances. Liverpool will go and nick this. And if Liverpool get the win here, and they've had Liverpool have had 18 attempts to Spurs 8, but the problem is Spurs' chances have been better. I mean, Spurs' chances have been 3 or 4 sitters, really, that they should have scored. You think about the Son cross, the Dele Alli one in the first half. Harry Kane's probably had 3 you'd expect him to at least score with, including the goal. So they've had the chances, definitely. Timo Spurs, says someone in the chat there. They've only got themselves to blame with 15 minutes to go. But I agree with Ruvan. If Liverpool get the win here, it's a fantastic win for them because it's been a difficult game and Spurs could have put them to bed. And they didn't. They've kept them up and they've took advantage. Got to take your chances, says Pavan. Got to take your chances. Winks. Oh, it's going to be 2. 2-2. It is 2-2. Game on. What a game we've got. Son, game on. It's Harry Winks again. So underrated. He's had a brilliant game. It's a brilliant ball by Harry Winks. Becker comes out. Alisson comes out and tries to get there but doesn't. And Son's left with a tap in. And it's 2-2. There will be no ruling of this out. Harry Winks has had a blinder. He really has. It's 2-2. Game on. Alisson, who's played really well. Let me just see this again. Does he? Yeah, he makes a bit of a mistake. It sort of bounces up onto his shin. 2-2. What a game. $15 minutes to go, and for Spurs, that's brilliant, isn't it? Straight away, equalising, having gone 2-1 down disappointingly. Son gets it. Now it's kicking off here now. What's going on here between Liverpool and Spurs? Bit of afters. Robertson is involved. Don't really know what's going on. There's a Spurs player down, holding himself. Royal. Yellow card to Robertson. Referee's dealt with it nice and easy. Everyone's smiling now. Let's have a look. Royal's got it. Well, it's definitely a yellow card from Robertson. He's wild. He's not going to get a red if Harry Kane's not going to get a red. Yeah, yellow card. Right decision. Could have been a red if Kane had got a red, but you can't give Robertson a red if you're not going to give Kane a red. So, yellow card. Wild tackle by Robertson, but yellow card. Oh my God. How is he reviewing this? How is he reviewing this? He's not. He's reviewing it. The game is gone. I mean, that's just bloody ridiculous. How can you review that and not review Harry Kane's? That is... Klopp's going to lose his shit here. Because I think he will send him off. He sent him off. Oh, for God's sake. I can't get involved. I don't like Liverpool. I'm not a Liverpool fan. But that ref's a dick. He's an absolute dickhead. He sent him off. I'm fed up of this though. Because it'll happen to United. I'm fed up of this. I'm fed up of referees in the same game contradicting themselves hugely. How can you review Robertson's and not review Kane's in the same game? It's ridiculous. So Robertson gets sent off. For me, if Kane gets a yellow, that's a yellow. If Kane gets a red, that's a red. You can't give one a yellow and one a red. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. But this game's had everything. It's 2-2. Absolutely ridiculous, but it's 2-2. That's just shameful, isn't it? It's shameful, really. And it's consistency that we strive for as fans, and we're just not getting consistency, are we? We're not getting the consistency. Spurs got a great chance now. Great chance now. I mean, I've got to get my head back onto the fact that I don't want Liverpool to win. As a United fan, I do try to look at things pragmatically, and I think I get so frustrated with the inconsistency that, and I always think about it from a United point of view. If that happened to us, or will it happen to us? We need. I saw it with. I've seen it 3 times this week now. Twice with Arsenal games. There was the first yellow card for Kufal against Arsenal, where he throws his arm out, accidentally gets a yellow card. A minute later, Gabriel does it, doesn't even give a free kick. Same referee, same incident. Arsenal yesterday, Xhaka does the tackle. Did he get... I don't know whether he... Xhaka did a tackle, then the Leeds player did the tackle. I think one got a yellow card and one didn't. Same referee, same incident. And then today, Harry Kane, and funnily enough, it's on Robertson. Harry Kane on Robertson. And then Robertson gets sent off in the second half. It's just... I'm not saying that Robertson's isn't a red, by the way. It was wild. What did I say at the time? It is a wild tackle, but you can't give him a red because they didn't give Kane a red. But somebody just said there Kane's wasn't as bad. Kane's was studs up. Robertson's is a kick. Like Robertson's kicked him. Kane's put his bloody studs up. So I don't know. I'm not looking at it with any club bias, because I'd like this to be a draw. But if his leg is planted, it's snapping in half, says David. Look, I don't look. You can talk about what you want to talk about. I said Robertson can't get a red because he didn't send Kane off, and Kane's was just as bad. That's my point. If that Robertson thing had happened on its own, I would have said probably a red. But for the same referee and VAR team to say review that one but don't review that one, it's that lack of consistency that pisses people off. I'd be worried about top 4 if Spurs win this game, Mark. Conte's a master at getting results. Yeah, a draw. Mike, mate, a draw is what I would like to see. But it's City's day. At the end of the day, it's City's day. So 10 minutes to go. Please subscribe, by the way. Bottom right hand corner, we're getting very close to 600k, which we're hoping to hit by Christmas. Bottom right hand corner, we've had a cracking game. I love it. I love it when we're disagreeing and we're having different thoughts and different opinions. I think it's been a fantastic game. And 2-2. Who's to say that Spurs won't go on and win this? I don't think Liverpool are going to get much chance to win it now. I also just want to say I think Harry Winks has been fantastic. Absolutely fantastic for Spurs. Underrated performance. He had a massive part to play in the first goal with the tackle, and then in the second goal he's played the pass through as well. So I think Harry Winks has been really, really good in this game today, and Spurs have been good. And look, regardless of the refereeing decisions, Spurs should have won this game. They've had the chances to win the game. Kane should have made the bloody pass there as well. He should have made that pass a long time ago. Liverpool looking a bit shoddy here. Obviously, Robertson's a player that they won't want to lose. I don't know whether they've brought Tomiskas on, actually. Odds of which way is this going? I'll bring the old goldometer back. I'd say Spurs have got a 75% chance of winning this game. As things stand, Liverpool, I can't see how they do. I haven't looked at the league. I didn't look at the league in relation to Spurs because I just really didn't think Spurs would win today. But if they were to win, they'd have another 2 points. They'd go up to 28 points. They'd be a point ahead of Manchester United, and they'd still have a game in hand. I wouldn't say Spurs are back from where? Like, it's not like they were ever anywhere in the first place to be back, but they're definitely back as a competitor in the top 4 race, which is where they have been for years, or were for years. Half the pitch has been booked, says Dicey. Five minutes to go. Ben Davies. Ooh, I tell you, that was close. I don't actually want Spurs to score. I want a draw, really. Which is weird because I'd normally want Liverpool to lose, but he would have been offside, Ben Davies there. But they won't go back, so I think it will just play on as a corner. But he would have been offside if he'd scored. I mean, it's not the end of the world if Liverpool lose, but from a United point of view, Spurs are in that race for top 4 definitely now. Thanks for the super chats, by the way. Sean says, Kane was reckless attempt to win the ball, still a red, but Robertson was clearly not an attempt for the ball, but to take out the man. Maybe that's what the ref was thinking. Maybe, Sean. Maybe he was thinking that, but it just, 2 wrongs don't make a right, do they? You know, at the end of the day, Reguilon's just come on. You know, it's the same VAR team. It's not a different game. You're going to get inconsistency in different games, but when it's the same team, and they know, that referee knows as well, because Klopp's spoken to him at half-time, how have you not given a red card? You saw that on the TV. You know, the referee already knows there's a contentious decision he's got wrong. To then send the Liverpool player off, he knows that he should be balancing that out. And he hasn't. So, sorry, I can't defend that decision because I think that they're either both a red or both a yellow. If you're gonna referee the game with integrity and fairness, it feels to me like they're making up decisions as they go along, and they're going along with their own emotions, and that's not how you referee games. Harry Bain is a shite, says Mr. Nobody. And free kick here for Spurs. But let's not forget, I would also say Liverpool's second goal is somewhat confusing. I'm sure there's a rule, but how Salah can handle the ball and then a goal can still be given, I don't understand that as well. There's a clear advantage when Salah handles the ball because it keeps the ball active and then Liverpool score. So if anyone has the answer to that one, I think there's been a few contentious issues in this game. And then the balance of chances, maybe a draw is about the right result unless we get a late winner here. But Spurs would still look at it and go, we've had the better chances. And they might have a chance to win it here. Reguilon. And I thought that was a foul on Reguilon, and he says play on. Somebody said I think Salah heads the ball onto his hand. Even so, there's still an advantage, isn't it? The ball stays in a place that gives Liverpool an advantage because it hits his hand. I don't know. There'll be a rule somewhere that says the ball can hit your hand as an attacker, and I don't know. Mark, would you rather finish in top 4 or Liverpool in the league to equal our record, says Julian Lee? Well, I'd rather finish in the top 4. Sophie Rose says, for it to be a handball, from what I understand, Salah had to be the one with direct goal involvement, otherwise it becomes a different phase. So you can handle the ball in a different phase. I've heard this a few times, but it's still illegal though. You're still an illegal action. So what they're saying, you can pick the ball up now and run around with it and throw it to Trent Alexander-Arnold, and he can cross it to Jota, and it's a goal. I don't get it. It's still a handball, isn't it? But I think with Liverpool's second goal, because Salah's body is behind the hand and the ball wouldn't have deviated too differently, it's a different path, says Jack Oliver. Well, we've had a 4-goal thriller. It's been a cracking game. There's been some ridiculous misses from Spurs. There's been a red card. There's been a couple of dubious decisions by the referee. From an entertainment point of view, this is what we want to see, isn't it? And this is why we don't want the Premier League to be being cancelled or anything because of bloody COVID. It's been fantastic. As I said, it's probably been one of the best games I've seen in a long time. So for that, I applaud it. And maybe it's got a late goal in it. How am I doing on Fantasy Premier League? Oh, I've quit, Bilal. I wasn't doing particularly well anyway, and I just keep getting caught out by these Friday night games, and now with COVID, it's just like I just can't be arsed, really. It's just total luck, isn't it? Trying to figure out who's got a COVID outbreak. Mark, if City versus Liverpool is Champions League final, who would you want to win? I'd have to see on the day. There's merits. I mean, basically, it's just horrible either way, isn't it? It's like eat shit or drink piss. Some people would go with the drink, I suppose. Conte, I mean, that's a great point by Tam May. Spurs are definitely massively improved under Conte, and they'll get better and better with the more players he gets. So 6 minutes added on here. We've only had one of the 6. Joe Gomez is going to come on for Liverpool here. But yeah, Spurs are so much more improved under. I think it's going to be very interesting. I mean, United desperately needed to sack Solskjaer when you think about it. There was no way United would have got top 4 with Solskjaer against a rejuvenated Spurs, a rejuvenated Arsenal, Other clubs are sort of getting involved in it as well, with West Ham, you know, Leicester, Wolves, they could get involved, Villa could get involved. So I think the race for top four is going to be really interesting. I suppose if you're a Chelsea fan, you're slightly worried that you might drop down even into that. According to law of the game, you cannot commit a handling offence if it's played off yourself. It's straight up not a handling offence, says Mountain Goat. Okay, there we go. Clarity. So if a defender goes to head the ball away and they head it down onto their arm, it's not a penalty. According to that rule. City are going to walk the league, says Samir. Well, it's advantage City, definitely. To clear it up, Mark, an unintentional handball by someone who doesn't directly score the goal is fine. That's why the Liverpool goal was allowed, says Simon Jones. Yeah, I mean, I think many of us suspected that that was the case. Harry Kane, Son. Oh, it's Alisson again. What a save. The combination is perfect. Harry Kane crosses it to Son, front post, whacks it towards the near post, and there would have been an offside on Harry Kane anyway. But it doesn't deny the fact that I think we all thought this was going to be a goal, and it's a great save with the feet of Alisson. He's made 3 big saves today, Alisson. He's probably Liverpool's man of the match, even though he made a bit of a mistake on the equaliser. And it will go for a corner because they've got this stupid rule whereby they don't review the offside. Oh, no, they have given the offside. It was offside. Thanks everyone who's been tuning in, by the way. Still 3 minutes to go, but what a fantastic game. Please don't take our Premier League away. We've got to keep it going. It's been fantastic, this match, and long may it continue. We don't want a lockdown. We want it to keep going. You're all very welcome on That's Football. Please subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner, because we're on 599,493. We're only 7 away from 599,500. So bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. Everyone's welcome on here, no matter who you support. We're on that road to 600k for Christmas. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right hand corner. Looks like it's going to be the result I wanted. I did predict Liverpool 3-2. I don't think that's going to happen, but I'd be quite happy with a draw. Although, oh, don't do this. Jota, great block by Davinson Sanchez. The sort of defending you probably weren't getting under Mourinho and Jota. Bodies on the line. And it wasn't Jota who was in, it was Tomiskas. He's made a great run down the left. And I tell you what, Salah's fuming because he wants that tap in. United stand at 8 o'clock. Make sure you tune in for that one tonight. Desperate for a piss, you know. Cup of teas go right through me. If I have a cup of tea, I need a wee within about 10 minutes. Don't know what it is. Must be something in tea that really makes me need a wee. Oh, I couldn't give a toss about pronouncing names correctly for Liverpool players. Don't want this game to end, says Shiraz. It has been good. It's been a really good game. Controversial or not, it has been a cracker. Still a minute to go. Could we get it? Could we get it? Could we get a late winner? Do Spurs win this? Do Spurs get a point if it's Liverpool's first choice midfield? Maybe, maybe not. They'd have to play better. But, oh, Trent's made a mistake. Milner will clear it. Liverpool's next game in the league. Wait a minute. Harry Kane. Oh, he's gone for something spectacular. Alisson's got it. Liverpool's next game in the league is Leeds next Sunday at Anfield. Easy win. Easy win. Then they've got Leicester. Then they've got Chelsea. Then they've got Brentford. So... Just subbed Mark, says Rob Quince. Thanks for subscribing, mate. It ends in a draw. It's a cracking game. That's all I can say. What a game. Brilliant advert for the league. Controversy apart. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Who was my man of the match? Either Alisson, for Liverpool or Harry Winks for that. And it's never easy to do that. That just shows you how good the game's been, because it's not drifted. It's been intense all the way through. And with so much action, it's very easy to see. There's some arguments going on with the referee. Conte comes in for a bit of a chat. No doubt Klopp will come in for a bit of a chat as well. But that is a fantastic game of football. Full of controversy, full of great moments. It's one of those where you want to watch it again on Match of the Day later because there was so much going on. But on the balance, probably the right result, although Spurs will probably feel that they could have put that game to bed in the first half an hour. Do you think Harry Kane will stay at Spurs after this season, says Bojack? I think Klopp is just talking to the referee there, saying, how can you go and review Robertson's when you don't go and review the Harry Kane one? And he's, to be fair, I'd be saying exactly the same. Exactly the same. Anyway, look, thanks everyone for watching. We'll be live on the United Stand at 8 o'clock with the panel forum show. Myself, Adam, Beth and Levin, I think, are on that one. Looking forward to it. Really enjoyed that watch along. What a watch along it was. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and get involved in the future ones that we have. Hopefully the Premier League is not going to get taken away from us, because they've shown today they can get 3 games on, and you would expect to get more and more games on. Thanks for watching. Speak to you.